What's up? Ian here, and today is your lucky day because I am going to do a giveaway. Yes, so I'm going to give away this BGVP Scale Pro. Now, BGVP sent this to me for review. They didn't send one, but they sent two. Okay, so I thought maybe I'll just give it to one of you guys. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna give away one of this to you guys. I'm gonna open one of this and of course do my review. Now, to take part in this giveaway, all you need to do is run 10 rounds. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. Okay. So all you need to do is just click on the link in the description below, and it'll bring you to the competition page, and just enter your details, and you get a chance to win. Okay. All right. So let's begin with the unboxing and first impression of this BGVP Scale Pro. Now, before I begin, I'd like to thank my sponsor and the sponsor of this video and the sponsor of the giveaway as well, BGVP. Thank you so much for sending this to me. Whatever I say in this video is my own words. This video is not scripted. And BGVP, sorry, you're gonna watch this video together with the rest of the guys, okay? Right, so thank you so much, BGVP. Let's begin with this unboxing, and then I'll measure it, and then I'll listen to it for the first time. All right, now let's open this up. Actually, I don't need my knife. This is a hybrid. All right, so it's a 1DD and 1BA, and it's retailing for $30 US, I think. Yeah, or is it 25? I think it's $25 US. Okay, so let's go through the specs very quickly. The impedance is 32 ohms. The frequency response is 10 to 40,000 hertz. Sensitivity is 113. Distortion rate less than 1%. Channel difference, oh wow, they even include the channel difference, less than 2 dB. And the driver unit is a hybrid, it's a 1DD plus 1BA. The DD is a 10mm DC coated. The balance armature, which is BA, HVAC, BA, HVEK, and that's about it. Okay, now let's open this up. Okay, let's see. So you got paperwork. It's a cardboard. It's actually not a piece of paper, so it's pretty okay. English and Chinese instructions inside, and you get the IM. Let's put that one on one side before we look at other things first. Then nothing else in the box. Okay, what's inside here? Oh, ear tips. Okay, and take a look at the pouch inside. Oh, cables. All right, so this is the pouch that is provided with the BGVP printed on it. It's a drawstring pouch. Very nice jewelry pouch. Doesn't protect the IM, but okay lah, keeps it away from your coins and your keys. So pretty okay. Let's take a look at the clip. Nothing much about clips to your shirt or your blouse. And ear tips. Okay, so you have two types of ear tips being provided. One is the normal bore. It looks quite narrow to me, and a wide bore. Okay, so one normal bore and one wide bore. So the tips are pretty okay. The wide bore ones, right, feels a bit soft lah, a bit flimsy, but I have to try it. Okay, and the normal bore one is pretty stiff, pretty okay. So have to try this out. So the ear tips comes in 3 sizes each, so it's pretty okay. Let's take a look at the cable now. So this is the cable. Comes with a velcro strap, and the cable looks quite unique this time. It's got this like frosted translucent type of look to it. Pretty nice and soft, quite rubbery, right? It's got this rubbery feel. So it's terminated with a 3.5 headphone jack, and it's quite stiff actually. Yeah, quite springy. Okay, then the Y splitter, it's made of metal. Okay, yeah, quite stiff, this cable. And this one comes with the microphone, so you can actually choose whether you want microphone or not. So the microphone has got a button for you to answer your calls, play and pause your music. Okay, and these are the ear hooks. Okay, ear hooks are quite stiff lah. Okay, so I got to try it out later. And these are the MMCX connectors. Okay, so MMCX. Alright, so that's for the cable. Now let's take a look at the IEM themselves. Let's pop them out. As I mentioned, right, it will come in two colors. Right, so you have black, you have white. Okay, and you can also choose the option of black or white, black and white, which is a yin and the yang. Okay, so the yin and the yang, so black and white. Yeah, so this is the faceplate. Looks like a honeycomb. Actually, less of a honeycomb. Now that I've seen it, looks less of a honeycomb. Looks more like a dragon scale, because it's, you know, it's like a deformed type of honeycomb shape, and it's actually, you know, deformed kind of shape, so it looks like a dragon scale. It's got a BGVP logo here, or wording, and on the inside is actually a smoked semi-clear type of shell or resin, and you can clearly see the dynamic driver, the 10mm dynamic driver here. And on this side you can see the balance armature, right? This side, yeah, on this side you can't see. The nozzle is pretty normal bore, so it's not wide, it's not narrow, so pretty okay. And the MMCX connector is right on top here. There's no fin, and yeah, right, so this is the black, and then this is the white. Right, pretty normal looking shape, IM shape to me, right? Right, so now let's measure these and see how they graph. Let's take out my gear. Be right back. Okay, so I am back, and as you can see, I've brought out my measuring rig, and let's begin. Now, I'm not a fan of this cable currently. I've not used it yet, so it's not gonna be fair to me to comment. So I'm just gonna use it first, because this is MMCX. I've got no choice but to use their cable. Alright, so let's plug it in. Actually, plugging in MMCX is pretty simple. All you need to do is push it in. Okay, I think the MMCX connector is a pretty good quality MMCX. Okay, so let's plug this one in. Right, simple as that. Right, so on the computer, oh, hang on, my ear tips. Okay, so for consistency, I always use these foam tips. Okay, so let's put on the foam tips. I think this is left. Yeah, this is left, and this would be the right. Okay, so let's plug in the left. And now let's go to the computer, and let's firstly calibrate. Okay, so every time before I measure, right, I need to calibrate. So let's play a tone, and it's a little bit too loud, so let's adjust this, the volume. Maybe reduce that a bit, or maybe the input. Oh, that's okay. Yes, let's reduce this to 31, 32. Okay, around there, and then I'll calibrate at 85 dB, and that'll be done. Now let's pause the tone. Now we can close this, and we can measure. So let's change this to BGVP scale Pro. Okay. Right, let's check the levels first. It's 88 dB SPL. That's fine. Okay, and we can start the measurement. So the moment of truth. And oh, look at that hump and that dip. Okay, anyway, now let's change out the left side and put in the right side. I always measure the left first before I measure the right. Okay, and make sure that my insertion is always the same pressure, the same depth. Okay, and make sure nothing interferes with it. Alright, so let's go back to the computer and let's measure the right side. Let's check the levels. Okay, so it's 88 dB, same thing. And let's start the measurement. And do they match? Pretty much. They match pretty much. Okay, so the left and the right channel is a match. Okay, so no problems with the channel matching on this. But looking at that roll off of the sub bass and the hump here at the mid bass and the lower mids and the mids itself, that valley here. Okay, all right, so let's have a first listen of this BGVP Scale Pro and I'll let you guys know my first impression. Okay, so I am back, and as you can see, I brought out my iPad, and this is my usual way of testing IEMs, and I always listen to the same song using the same gear, right? But this time I'm using this BGVP's cable because it's MMCX, so I might as well use their own cable. Alright, so this is the BGVP Scale Pro. Let's listen to Golden Hour by Jake. Alright, so I'm gonna put this in my ear and then I'll give you guys my first impression of how this will sound. Okay, so the BGVP scale is in my ears, so let's begin the song and let's have a first listen. Okay, the birds and the children. Okay, the soundstage seems quite closed in. Usually the children and the birds, right, they sound quite far away. But this time, they sound pretty closed in. The lead singer is quite intimate. They sound quite in my face. The impact of the mid bass is quite present. In fact, the male singer and the lead singer sounds very prominent. The rumble, right, is a very present rumble, but it's a very short rumble. It sounds quite unnatural. And the mids, right, the pianos, they've got quite a recessed presence to the mix. Snapping can be heard, but the snapping, right, usually is on this side behind. I think the staging for this, right, I find that is very closed in. Snappings, right, on other IEMs, what I hear is normally is somewhere at the back of the stage, but this snapping is somewhere in front. Treble wise is okay. I find that the treble is quite bitey, not sibilant. Okay, the shine, right, some IEM will sound sibilant, some IEM will sound shouty, but on this one it sounds okay. But that rumble roll off, yeah. And the bass, in terms of the impact, I find that it's a bit intimidating. It bleeds a bit into the mids. Violins, they sound quite okay. Yeah, the stage sounds doesn't sound natural. Stage wise, I find that it's quite I don't know how to explain, but the stage is a bit closed in, and now that the violins come in, right, the violins sound quite clear, actually quite extended. It's got quite a good air to the treble. Let's pause the song. Yeah, so that's my first impression of this BGVP Scale Pro. Alright, so this is a hybrid of a single DD and one BA. Right, so that's it for this first impression. This is not my full review. Okay, I will listen to this a bit more and then come up with my full review at a later date. Right, so that's it for now. I hope you guys learned something from this video, enjoy watching it, and thank you so much for watching. And please give it a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to my channel. Alright, so thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my full review of this BGVP Scale Pro. Cheers.